Hi everybody, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be asking Spirit, what are your options? And the reason I wanted to ask this particular question was because of the last reading I did about why you're here, right? Why are you on my channel? Why are you watching tarot? And what is it that your soul is looking for, right? And what I found in that reading, or what we found in that reading, was that a lot of us are learning to be decisive, okay? Learning to be decisive, because being decisive is what allows us to take control of our lives, right? And this has a lot to do with discernment. Before we get into the readings, I do want to say a bit more about this. So when I first started watching tarot and watching like pick a card readings, what I found that I really, really loved about pick a cards in particular was that it required my own participation, right? It required me as the viewer to practice using my own intuition, right? Using my own discernment to decide what group I belong to. And at first I didn't realize that this was me practicing my intuition, but over time I was picking up on how my intuition was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And before I knew it, I could pick and decide which group was my group without having to pause or think. I could just know sometimes. Now, sometimes I still have to pause and I still have to be like, okay, let me take a moment and breathe. But also, sometimes my intuition, I can use that discernment to say, okay, maybe it's multiple groups, right? And so what we're doing here, it's not always just about the topic of the reading, and it's not always just about telling you what to do or where to go or how to be. As a tarot reader, I feel like, or somebody who practices divination, period, somebody who is, I mean, I'm putting myself in this position to be like a spiritual advisor of sorts. I feel like it is part of my mission to help you, right? If you're coming here, help you strengthen your own intuition, right? Help you decide, help you learn how to make decisions on your own. I don't want to be that reader that you come to because you need a definitive answer. You need to know, you need somebody to tell you what to do all the time. I'm here to advise, right? Advise you on your own journey of learning how to guide yourself, or learning how to tap in and guide yourself, right? It's a community effort. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm leading through helping, but not leading by telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying? I kind of rambled because I didn't like practice this, but I felt like that was important to start this week's readings off with your options, because I also feel like a lot of us don't realize how many options we have. We don't realize, right? Like, I'm giving you 3 options now, but in reality, like, look at all this stuff. Like, there's so many options before you. And so I just want to get into what these options are, and then also get some advice on the best advice for you on how best to pick your options, right? So for these readings today, with this particular reading right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get 3 options for you, shuffle them all out, and then get into the reading. So for each group, I'm going to have a timestamp for when the shuffling starts, and then I'll have a timestamp for when the reading starts, just in case you don't want to see me shuffle or whatever, okay? So let's get right into the groups. Group 1, you have the silver key, okay? Group 2, you have this cute clear marble. And group 3, you have the red cross. And we're going to get into what are your options. Oh, I also meant to say, This is pertaining to anything, right? We're going to see what comes up for each group. So this doesn't have to be romantic, career. I feel like based on the group, you'll know what it is I'm talking about for you. Also, disclaimers. All energies are fluid. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You know your life more than I do. So if the message does resonate, apply it in the way that it applies to you, because I cannot really, like, I can see details, but sometimes the details are more metaphorical, or the details are for one particular group of people. And like, so just please use your discernment, right? That's what we're here to learn, how to discern what's for us, what's not for us. If it is for us, what in what way, right? So let's get into your reading. As always, I will have a picture inserted so that you can pause the video and meditate if you need to meditate on the group. And all timestamps for each reading are in the description box below. See ya. Group 1. I wiggle my nails like that because it's like a signal for me when editing when to start, like where to cut. So hi, you've chosen the key. Okay, you've chosen the key. With this particular group, I feel like your options are hidden from you in some way. I feel like they're not very obvious for whatever reason. I feel like you definitely have multiple options, but with this key here, it's like they have to be unlocked. They're secretive, or they're exclusive. There's something exclusive about what, like, the different things that you can choose from. I don't know. And so it's like, I'm also getting levels, maybe levels, like you have to finish one thing, or something has to happen before an option is unlocked for you, right? If that makes sense. But anyway, let's get into this for the key group. So I'm gonna get 3 options for you, shuffle them out, and then once I'm done shuffling, I'm gonna explain all of the options. Okay. We have the star. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups. I might speed this up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I might speed this up. Justice. Okay. I will have my bottom decks out, but mostly just so we can get overall energies. Let's see. Can we clarify the star? Clarify the star, please. Okay, King of Swords. Nine of Cups. Magician. And then we have the Hangman here. Yeah. I'm definitely picking that up. Maybe I won't speed this up because, like, I'm picking up some interesting stuff. This is, okay. I just want to make sure I can see everything clearly. Yeah, already I'm getting that each of these options and I get that it's like a discipline. Each of these are very disciplined options. With the 10 of Wands here, it's telling me like it's a lot of work, right? A lot of work is going to have to go into you taking either of these options. And I feel like it's kind of overwhelming, right? That's why the Hangman's here. It's like almost like you don't want, a part of you doesn't want to do the amount of work necessary to make this stuff happen, or it just feels very daunting, very overwhelming. Like you would rather not make a move, at least not right now. I also get with the Hangman, it's like so a part of you wants an option to be made for you, like a choice to be made for you. Can we clarify the star? Clarify the star. Clarify the star. One card to clarify the star. Not what you think. All right, one card to clarify. 5 of Cups. One card to clarify the 5 of Cups. What is this? What is this? Mom knows best. Interesting. Alright. Uh-oh. Can we not act crazy? Can we not act crazy? Sorry, I'm talking to my cards. Clarify the Justice. One card to clarify the Justice. One card to clarify the Justice. A clock is a tower. Ooh. Change is over here. So, all right, group 1, we're about to get into your options, okay? We're going to start with option 1, the star clarified by the King of Swords, and then our message here is not what you think, okay? So, to me, this is about a redirection. This is about re-strategizing something, right? Whatever it was, one of your options here is to basically completely reroute your, it's like redefine your goal, okay? Whatever it is that you're trying to pursue here is not the best course of action. Like, it's not what you want. It's like something about the path you're on. It's like Spirit is saying you can choose a whole new path. You don't really have to do this anymore. But like I said, each of these options requires a level of discipline. So with this King of Swords here, it's this star, it's going to require you to come up with a whole new plan, right? It's going to require you to like take a pause, right? To pause whatever you're doing and take a moment to come up with a new plan. Like I said, like re-strategize, right? I'm also hearing like reevaluate. So with this not what you think, I feel like it's like it's like saying that you can take some time to like analyze like what was motivating you in the first place, right? What is it that you really want that puts you on this path, and then see if one, is that what you really want, right? Do you still want this at all? And Two, if you do still want this thing, or you still have whatever it is that's motivating you, do you have to go about it in this way? You get what I'm saying? Do you have to go this particular route to get what you want, right? So that's option one. Like, reroute and reevaluate like your goal, right? I feel like a lot of you, this could have to do with career. I'm not getting much about money, but I am getting like your passions here, right? With the star here, a lot of you you could be a content creator of some sort. You could be like, and when I say content creator, I mean you create content. Like, it doesn't have to be like a YouTube channel or Patreon or anything. There's something that you create, and it's something that you need people to like acknowledge, right, for it to grow. So this could be like you're an author, or you're an artist, or you have a business, you create something. There's something in regards to being noticed. But yeah, this is your first option here, to re-strategize, refocus what it is that you're wanting, right? This could be a complete new aspiration I'm getting. Like a whole new career, a whole new aspiration. This could be working with a whole new platform. This could be working with completely new material, like a new medium of some sort. A new strategy in general, right? Like a new model, a new business model, a new aesthetic, right? This is about like completely changing what and how you go about what it is that you're trying to accomplish, okay? Okay. I am going to get some advice on how to help you pick an option. But anyway, so your second option is the 5 of Cups with the 9 of Cups, and then clarify by Mom Knows Best, okay? And I think that's so funny. But here, your second option is to basically, with the 5 of Cups, accept your losses. I'm getting, right? Accept your losses here, and I'm hearing like learn from those lessons, right? So let's say whatever it is you're working on, some things haven't necessarily been going great or going how you planned. You can basically use what you are seeing, like what it is you're seeing not working, use that information to improve it, right? I'm seeing yeah, like self-improvement here with this 9 of Cups, right? You can take what it is that's not working and just like use that as helping you reframe like the blueprint. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example, right? What's a good example? Because, okay, let's say like marketing, right? Let's say you only market on, or you only like promote on Instagram, right? With the 5 of Cups, and you're seeing that when you do that, when you promote on Instagram, it hasn't been getting people to your website, right? And so this 5 of Cups is like accepting that Instagram is just not going to work for promoting, right? So use that information that Instagram is not the best platform to promote. So I'm going to reevaluate and improve and like promote on a different platform. Or let's say, for example, you use certain colors in your ad, or your thumbnail is not working right. It's not getting people to watch the video. So if people don't like the structure of the thumbnail, it's not getting people to watch your video, then maybe change how you make your thumbnail, right? With this mom knows best, I'm getting like advice as well. And so like maybe your second option is saying like ask people, or I mean, it could be like literally ask your mom, but like ask people what they think. This could be like fishing for critique, right? Ask people to critique what it is you're doing, to let you know what can you fix, right? I'm getting with this Five of Cups, like what can you fix? What can you improve? And I do feel like there needs to be some critique happening, right? Maybe you're not getting enough critique. And that is gonna help, like when like trying to figure out what it is from a third party perspective is not working, right? Because from your perspective, you're like so close to it, you're right up on it, that it's not really, it's hard for you to see the flaws, or it's hard for you to see the things that aren't really touching base. They're not really helping you get to the next level. And it's because like you chose it. So you could be very married to the idea, or you just don't know. You just don't notice it. And so like getting an outside opinion, I'm feeling is like a big part of the second option, right? Your second option is to see what's not working and see if you can improve those things. Definitely through critique, okay? So recap. Option 1 is to completely reroute, re-strategize, change course, change plans, change career, like just completely like a new aspiration. You guys, you ever played Sims and you can change your Sims aspiration and it completely changes the small goals to fulfill that aspiration? That's what I'm getting here. Change the aspiration, right? Or if you ever played another video game, completely change your quest, right? I love quest games, oh my god. But yeah, like you can change your quest. That's option 1. Option 2 is to stay on the same route, but try to improve the things that aren't working, right? The small little things that aren't working. So let's use the sim examples for again, right? So let's say I have the Renaissance sim aspiration, and my sim is having a hard time reaching their logic skill goals, right, associated with that aspiration. How can I improve that? Like, what's not working and keeping my sim from boosting their logic skill? Well, they don't have a chess table, so maybe we need to get a chess table, or maybe their lot traits are interfering with their ability to focus, like, you know, those types of things. Like, figure out what's not working and see if you can improve. That's option 2. So option 3. Option 3. Option 3, I think, is the hardest option from my perspective. So we have the Justice, we have the Magician, clarifying the Justice, and then we have a clock is a tower, right? To me, this is about allowing things to kind of play out how they're going to play out. This is the most stubborn route, I feel, with the Justice here. It's basically saying to keep putting in the same effort. I'm also hearing like go harder with this Magician here, but I feel like it's not very, like, to be honest, I don't feel like this is the most helpful, but this is the most stubborn, right? You could still see the progress you want, or you could still reach the goals that you want to reach with this option, but I feel like it's telling you, like, you can, with the Magician, you can keep doing what you're doing. You can still keep doing the best you can in the way that you're going about it. But with the clock as a tower, it's kind of saying just like keep doing what you're doing and allowing things to play out as they're going to play out in this arena, right? With the Justice, this is like karma, right? This is like saying like what's going to happen is what's going to happen, right? You can just let what happens based on what you're already doing. Now, I do see with the Magician, I feel like this is telling you to continue to be resourceful. I'm also getting, it's telling you to continue to be diligent and continue to utilize your resources. But I also feel like the Magician is like one, right? One. And then, yeah, it's basically like, this is like an I work alone kind of energy, right? Being stuck in your own head. Here, you see this open brain, like still being stuck in your own head, only looking at the landscape before you, and like continuing to try to make it work. Now, I do feel like when I see this a clock also, this is about time, right? So like over time, things are going to play out. Like this is also, I get like the long route. Like I feel like none of these are the short route, but this is the longest one because it's kind of like the seasons. I'm getting this energy of like the seasons or evolution, right? Like seeing gradual growth, right? You're gonna see the gradual change and shift, right? So this is like, don't try to reach a larger demographic. Don't change your niche or yeah, don't change your niche. Don't change what you're doing. Don't try to appeal to a new crowd. Don't try new techniques. Just keep being consistent with what you're doing. And over time, you're going to see the growth that it's going to get, right? I'm not getting here any improvement. Like this is like the option of like not really improving, but just continuing to go, right? Slow and steady, like the tortoise and the hare. Just keep taking your step by step by step by step. Just be consistent and remain disciplined and keep putting in the work, and you're gonna just get what you get. Like I'm not even getting that you're gonna end up getting more. It's just that over time you'll see some improvements, but those improvements are going to be, I don't know. It's just, I'm not seeing a lot of growth here in this option. It's hard to explain, but it's definitely like, just kind of keep doing what you're doing and like, don't make any changes, right? Just stay disciplined. And so because of that, I'm not seeing a change in outcome. I'm not seeing a change in, like, I'm not seeing improvement, or like I'm not seeing gain or loss. I'm just seeing that you'll be, it's like the time is ticking, but there's going to be just consistent growth. Like there's not going to be, it's probably going to be very stagnant, right? The growth is going to stagnate over time, right? Because with the Justice here, it's basically like you reap what you sow. So if you're doing the same thing, then the growth is just going to be stagnant, right? It's going to get, I'm also hearing here with, there's burnout, right? This option, you're more likely to burn out, right? A clock is a tower. The tower comes crumbling down, period. Point blank. When the clock strikes midnight, the carriage turns into a pumpkin. There's nothing you can do about it. So I get like with this path, there's like the possibility of burnout if you just keep doing what you're doing, even though you're not seeing any real progress. It's like I said, the stubborn route. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. But interesting. So I do want to get into these bottom deck energies, and then I'll get your advice on how best to pick the option you should go in, right? So so like I said, with this 10 of Wands, all of these options require you to put in a certain level of effort. And that's unavoidable, I'm getting, right? You're going to have to put in a certain level of effort, high effort, to do each one of them, right? Especially this last one. It's like the effort is that you're going to have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over, even when you're burned out, even when you're tired, even when you're not getting what you feel like you should get in a certain amount of time, right? On this one, option 2, you're going to have to put in hard work to, 1, get the critique, and then 2, apply the critique, period. And then this one, it's hard work to reroute. Rerouting, starting something, stopping something, it's work, right? Like, let's say you go from one YouTube channel to the next YouTube channel. That's work. Just to make a whole new channel, just to get rid of the old channel, just to move content or create new content. Like, that's going to be hard work. But ooh, right underneath. So with this change here, I feel like in order for you to go any of these routes, you're going to have to change your mindset, right? Even this one where you keep doing the same thing, in order to make a decision, you have, or no matter which decision you go with, you're going to have to change your mindset, right? There's a level of discipline required for each of these options, because what it is that you're working towards is not something that you can just passively, like, it's not, none of the, whatever you're working on, you cannot be passive about. You're going to have to make changes. You're going to have to think different. You're going to have to have a new perspective, right? You're going to, like I said, even with this last one, if you choose to keep doing the same thing but just stay consistent or persistent, you're going to have to change how you think about doing things, right? Maybe you're somebody who gets bored of things easily, and you have a hard time being consistent because you constantly want to change what you're doing. You constantly want to change your mind. Well, you're going to have to change how you think about that, right? Because how can you make this work if you can't stick to one thing? You can't stick to a plan, or you can't stick to a goal. But that's for somebody. But this one under here, it says you cannot build muscle if you do not use them, right? You cannot be passive. Whatever you're working on, you can't be passive. You have to plan. You have to strategize. You have to be disciplined, and you have to be consistent with your efforts, right? Okay, so let's get advice on how, we're going to ask Spirit, how can you best decide which option is for you? Group 1, Spirit, how can Group 1 best decide which option is for them? How can they decide? Uh-oh, not the whole deck. How can Group 1 best decide which option to take? How can Group 1 best decide? How can Group 1 best decide which option to take? Let me just get... Okay. There's something interesting here, yeah. So, travel is here at the bottom of the deck. Travel is at the bottom of the deck. And then when I was lifting these two, safe travels was under here. So that's interesting to me. I kind of like brushed it off, but I think that's a good message, or that's important, right? So we have choice and we have growth. Look, sometimes Spirit just be wanting to give me like multiple cards, and I'm trying to remember. I got a message that said pay attention to clusters or something like that. And so I'm trying to remember to, if Spirit wants to give me multiple cards, that I should take them and not hassle them for just one card. But I digress. So we have choice and we have growth. With the travel here, I feel like what you really want is progress, right? You want growth, and you want to progress. Not, I don't want to say super fast, but you want to progress quickly. You want to progress in a way that you can visibly track, and it doesn't take forever to see the evidence of growth, right? So your choice, Spirit is saying, pay attention to the choices that give you the most possibility of growth, right? Pay attention to the choices that allow you to evolve and move forward at a pace that you want, right? You don't want to be in the same place doing the same thing for a long time. Like I said, some of you are people who get bored easily, or you can become discouraged easily, okay? I can already tell you which option based off this, that I think you should go with, but also I don't know who all of you are. I don't know what all of you are working on. So for some of you, it's option 1 that gives you the most growth based on what you are working towards. For some of you, it's option 2. For some of you, it's going to be option 3. For some of you, I only gave you 3 options. For some of you, the option that's best for you is not even on the table. But Spirit is saying that what you want is growth. What you want is progress that you can track, that you can see, and that motivates you, right? You don't want to be waiting for a long time to see your growth. And so the best option for you is going to be the option that gives you this feeling, right? That you are growing. You want to, whatever option is, it's going to be the option that makes you feel like your hard work is worth it. Okay? So that's all I have for you today, Group 1. I really hoped that this helped you gain some clarity on what direction to go in. Please let me know in the comments. And I will see y'all at the next reading. Bye. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Hi, everybody. You've chosen Group 2, which is the little marble. And we're going to get into what are your options. Now, before I get into it, like I said, I'm going to shuffle out all 3 options and then getting to the actual reading. Okay? So if you want to skip that, there's a timestamp in the description box where the reading starts. But anyway, Group 2, I feel like with this marble, see, when I put it to the side earlier, it just kept rolling around. Like, it just didn't want to stay in one spot, right? Even when I put it behind something to keep it still, it kind of found its way around it. And so I feel like with you, I feel like your problem, or not your problem, but what makes it hard for you to decide or know what your options really are could be that you don't stay still enough to really observe what's in front of you, right? You kind of hop from thing to thing. You may get distracted really easily. Or like I said, it could just be that you're too busy to really sit down and take the time to see like what your options really are. It's something like that here with this marble. But let's go ahead and shuffle out your options. All right. Group 2, option 1. All right, we have this 3 of Wands. Okay. The Magician here at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to get into the bottom deck energies afterwards. Okay. Oh, y'all. I need to start earlier in the day. I don't know why I get into tarot after 12 o'clock, but that's my fault. I need to start getting more disciplined myself. Okay. We're going to clarify these options. Eight of Cups. Okay. I'm going to try and move some of this stuff around. One card, please, Spirit. Can we clarify the Three of Wands? The Star. Interesting. Ooh, and then we have Ace of Wands here. Okay, and let's get messages for each option. Make a decision. That's what we're here for. Get one message for Seven of Cups. Ooh, okay. There's a lot of messages coming through. I think I'm gonna need my feather pen for this one. Group 2, you have some heavy messages. Let's start here. So, option 1, we have the 3 of Swords, clarified by the 8 of Cups, and then we have here, make a decision. Okay? So, first of all, I just want to say this. For a lot of you, because all of these options are requiring you to leave something behind, right? All of them. All of them. You are in need of a complete shift. I'm seeing here that there's something in your life that's keeping you like bound for some reason. Like I said with this, with the marble, it's like maybe you're too busy with whatever it is that you're doing. You're moving around too much with whatever it is you're doing, that you really don't have the time to make a decision, right? And so each one of these options require you to put down whatever it is that's distracting you from what you really want, okay? From what you really need for some of you, right? What you need is to get out, but maybe whatever that is pleasurable in some way, or it's indulgent in some way, or because it keeps you busy, you like having that distraction, and so you're kind of neglecting your growth in some way. But anyway, so option 1, you have the 3 of Swords, clarified by the 8 of Cups, and then it says make a decision. So your first option is, I think, the simplest one. Your first option is to, I'm hearing, be honest with yourself, right? Be honest with yourself about what's hurting you, right? What's not serving you, right? For some of you, there's something you're neglecting, some type of healing, okay? And so your first option is to make a decision on if you're going to stay doing the same things, or are you going to keep dealing with the same hurt, or are you going to decide to heal? Are you going to decide to grow? Are you going to decide to find your happiness outside of possibly, maybe you're in a mindset of self-deprecation. Maybe there's, I'm getting a vibe here that there are people that you don't want to disappoint, right? So you're like holding on to something that doesn't make you feel very good, but you don't want to disappoint people, or you don't want to disappoint yourself. Or maybe you have disappointed yourself, but you're afraid to walk away from whatever it is that isn't really helping you, right? So your first option, and to me, it's like all of these, I would say this first one isn't even an option. I feel like this one is like, this is the first option, but for all of them. Like, this has to happen for any of this to happen, right? And I feel like this first option is like step 1, while option 2 and 3 are like the options you can take after step 1, right? You need to make a decision. Are you going to keep doing the same things that keep you feeling stuck and bound and confused and hurt or lonely, right? Or unheard. I feel unheard for some of you. Or are you going to step up and actually say, you know what? I do want to change. I do want a shift, right? 8 of Cups is reevaluating our relationships. I feel like a lot of you are stuck in relationships that don't really allow you to think for yourself, right? Like, I'm not even getting much as far as this first group, except you need to decide if you want happiness, right? if you want growth? Or do you want to keep doing the same things? Do you want to keep experiencing the same disappointments? I don't think you do. But it's like, because you have the Ace of Wands here, I feel like you're not in control of your life somehow. Or you're giving other people control over what you say and do. But we'll get into these bottom deck energies after I get into these options. But, I mean, yeah, it's like run. Like I heard run with like the marble just running around in circles. Like you're being run by something else, or you're running away. You're running away from the truth that you're kind of like, maybe you have a boss and you're constantly doing like whatever, or you have some type of, you have something over you that's like telling you to go here and telling you to go there and telling you to do this. You need to be this. You need to go do it like that. Be this way. And you're doing, because it relieves you of that stress of, you know, you being the reason why things didn't work out, right? You can put it off on somebody else. But at the same time, it feels false. It feels fake. It feels broken because it's not really coming from you. Okay? Then we have option 2, right? Or really, after you make a decision. I would say this is option 1 and option 2, and this is what you need to do, right? You need to make a decision, group 2, about if you want to be happy. This has to happen, right? Do you like where you are? Do you like how things are? I don't think you do. So that's option 0. That's not even an option. This needs to happen. So I'm going to call this one option 1, and this is going to be option 2. So option 1 for group 2, you have the 7 of Cups clarified by the Justice. And then our message here is change, right? And so the way I see this is your first option is you can... For some of you, this could be work related. It's like these options almost feel the same. Almost. They're almost the same, but this is what I'm getting. Okay, so we're here with the 7 of Cups and the Justice. This is basically saying you can try to change what's happening within the current structure, right? With this change here, you can ask to what is it called, alterations or something to what's already here, right? With the Justice here, something's not working, okay? With the 7 of Cups, it's like I'm getting somebody coming to somebody else and saying, I have all of these solutions. Let's pick a solution because this is not working with the Justice here. I don't know, the Justice, I might have to clarify. I did not do that with the last group, but I'm going to clarify. With what? With what? Let's go with this one. Clarify the Justice, please. Perfect. Okay, I just heard position. Y'all making me work today. And then we have the Hangman here. Okay. So, option 1. You can present your unhappiness, right? You can present your dissatisfaction to whoever this authority is to ask for more freedom, basically, okay? More freedom. This could have to do with career. I feel like a lot of you, this is career. But I am getting this here that this could have to do with some type of partnership, some other type of partnership, right? A relationship, like a romantic one. It could be a relationship with your parents. It could be your friends, like, you know, maybe even for some of you, I'm getting a parent that is overprotective or very, very strict. And so I'm getting like, you can go to whoever this authority is, whoever's calling the shots, and like present to them that you're kind of, what is it called? You're not growing, right? That you are it's a time, like I'm getting time with justice, right? That it's time for you to make decisions for yourself, right? That with the justice here, it's time, like this is what you're supposed to do, right? Present to them that you should be able, with the Seven of Cups, to choose your own desires, your own destiny, your own whatever, right? This is like working within the structure to get more freedom within the structure. Get what I'm saying? Like with the Hangman, I'm getting like when something is tied up, it's not able to grow freely. It's not able to, it's like it becomes stunted or like it's bound, and so the growth, it becomes distorted or deformed, right? And it's kind of like saying like I've outgrown this particular structure. I've outgrown how things are currently operating. And so at this point, if it keeps going this way, then I'm going to feel even more stagnated. And yeah, it's something like that. But there's like an authority here. It's like you have to appeal. I'm getting something like appealing with the Seven of Cups, like presenting like evidence or presenting points, right? I'm getting that there's somebody who wants to make a decision for that. Yeah, there's somebody who wants to make a decision for you. For some of you, there's something important that's being decided for you right now. It could be what school to go to, what type of job to have, what type of career path to go with. It's something like that. And it's like you need to, your first option is to kind of like appeal to them, pretty much, right? With the Seven of Cups, it's like presenting these options like they're very flowery, they're very, you know, alluring, right? To like seductive, like seduce this power, you know what I'm saying? Whoever this authority is, like kind of like convince them that what it is that you want is what you want, right? And that it's going to be beneficial. So that's group one. This is so interesting. Like it's kind of convoluted almost. Like the whole thing. It's very convoluted to me. If this is about like maybe you're in school or maybe you're a minor or you live with your parents, or if it's that type of situation, I'm getting like you have a lot of extracurriculars. You're kept very busy. You're also under watchful eye because this marble to me looks like a tiny, tiny, tiny little crystal ball. And so it's like you're carefully watched. You don't really have like the freedom to do what you want, okay? And so it's like kind of like presenting to them that, hey, I want to do this and this, but it's gonna be beneficial, it's gonna help me grow. Right now I'm not growing as much, right? And kind of like also presenting, because we have the Empress here at the bottom of the deck, like kind of like proving, right? Proving that you're ready for this this independence, right? Prove that you're ready to take on the role of your own decision maker, right? That you're ready to be the one to decide for yourself. So that's option one. Whew. Option two, though, Three of Wands, clarified by the Star, and then the message is illusions are not always solutions. This one's tricky. Okay. This one's tricky. because I'm seeing a couple things for option 2. This lets me know that this is a complicated group. You're definitely dealing with a power structure. It's not straightforward, right? This is not a straightforward dynamic that you're in. It's nuanced, I'm getting, with option 3. Group 2. The type of dynamic you're in. It's not as simple as, oh, just do this or do that. It's like you're not able to, right? This is what I'm getting for your second option. Because illusions are not always solutions. And then we have the Star and we have the 3 of Wands. This is going to be a tough one. I don't even want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Your second option is to kind of just wait it out, right? I'm getting with the illusions are not always solutions. I feel like there's a good majority of you, or a good little chunk of you in this group, where the truth of the matter is that you are just not old enough to be in a position to make the decisions you want to make. Or you're just not, even if you are old enough, you're not in a position to make the decisions you want to make. And this is like, I don't even know how. It could be your age. It could be your resources. You don't have the resources to make the decisions that you want to make. You're at the mercy of those who provide for you, essentially. And with this second option, is pretty much like saying, like, instead of thinking about what you don't have or what you can't have and what you do want, you need to focus on getting to the point where you don't have to ask for these things, right? Because the 3 of Wands, to me, especially accompanied with the Star, is like, I'm getting like somebody looking out their window and they're looking at the night sky and they're just thinking about everything they want it's gonna happen, but they gotta wait until they're 18, or they gotta wait until the prince comes to the tower, or they gotta wait, it's like it's gonna happen, but you kind of just need to focus on the fact that it's going to happen when it's time, right? And whatever you want right now, you're just not in a position. That's tough to me, because that's not what I want to give you. But if that's your reality, there's not much I can say. I'm going to do some clarification though. Can we clarify the 3 of Wands? Okay, we have the Moon. I'm clarifying the Star right now. Clarify the Star. The Sun. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So this is good. This is not a Page of Pentacles. So what this says to me is that you're very, very close to being able to get that freedom that you want. Okay? I'm getting some, you're not ready, right? I'm getting that it's very possible that you're not ready. Okay? You don't know what your options are in general. I don't think you're at an age where the options are like, you aren't at an age, or you don't have the life experience, or you don't have, it's something about your position where it's like you don't really, like, the options, there aren't many options, right? That's why you're kind of rolling around, and you don't see them. You're rolling around, you're busy for sure, but you have a lot going on, but I'm getting almost like you're a child that And it's not your age that makes you a child, or just your age, but it's just your life experience and your life position. You're not really ready for much, right? And so that's why this first option is to appeal and present what it is that you want, right? The Seven of Cups, like present what you want, and then allow your authority to deliberate and decide. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you want to increase allowance. Maybe you want a later curfew. Maybe you want to be able to do this or do that. That will make you happy. I feel like with this Eight of Cups, you're not able to go out and do a lot of much. You're not able to do much, okay? And that's like, you're not able to do much without the approval of your authority, okay? And so, yeah, and even if this applies to a career, like maybe you want a raise or maybe you want something, but it's like you aren't ready for that raise. You can go and present, and you might, you know, I don't know your life more than you. But I'm getting in general that this could be premature. Like your wants and desires, it's kind of premature, right? So that's option one, though, that you can go and present. But option two, your option two is to kind of accept that you still have a little ways to go before it would make sense to even have this elevation of power or control or, you know, self, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not quite time for you to be completely in charge of yourself, or it's not quite time for you to elevate in position, right? But and I mean, the thing about it, right, because this moon, it's like this moon clarifying the Three of Wands is like kind of like accepting, but also just holding it in, right? This is like a being more reserved in terms of like your desires and your truth, accepting that truth, but just kind of keeping it in, that you're just not ready, that it's possibly just not time. And then with the star and the sun, the star to me is about, you know, visualizing our hopes and dreams, right? And in a lot of ways that is manifesting. Same with the Three of Wands, right? To expand your mind, right? Expand your goals, right? Expand your perspective of your goals and how to reach them. That is manifesting as well, but it's kind of like understanding that it's like saying that you need more time to become that person who can get what you want, okay? Because right here, illusions are not always solutions, right? And I didn't even talk about the sun like I wanted to. So the sun is also kind of just being like, I don't want to say just like enjoying your youth or enjoying the lack of responsibility that you have now, but also just no, I think that is about that, right? I'm also hearing like being inspired, right? Like visualize your goals and allow that visualization to inspire you to be excited about the future and your growth, you know what I'm saying? And what can happen, right? Illusions are not always solutions. You're not ready. With this Magician here, this is about discipline, right? And then we have the Ace of Wands, Magician, and then this card here, Beast use their teeth, man uses his hands, okay? Some of you are not adults, okay? Some of you are just not ready, right? You're talking that talk, right? Beasts use their teeth. You're talking that talk. You know what you want, but man uses his hands. Man puts in the work. Man grows up. Man proves himself through his actions. And that's what I'm getting here with this Magician. That what you really need to focus on is if your actions match your desires, if your skills match your desires, okay? Because there's not much that, there's not much I can say. These options are very limited because you're not ready for the next step, ultimately. But I do think what you need to do is decide what you want that next step to be. Over here with this Three of Swords and Eight of Cups, you need to, one, accept how you really feel, and then figure out, make a decision about how you're going to reach those goals. Make a decision about what those goals are. Make a decision about what needs to be done to get to that place. With this Ace of Wands, I feel like you're coming into that part of your life where you are more restless, where you are noticing that your desires are expansive and your desires are not where you currently are. And I just want to say that's normal, right? That's part of the journey, that's part of the growth, but you can't just jump from point A to point C, okay? You got to get to point B, and point B is defining the path you're taking. Define the path you're taking and determine what you need to be in order to succeed on that path, okay? So I really hope that made sense. I need to pull an advice card to help you, like, what your advice on how to best decide which option to take, okay? What's Group 2's advice on how to best decide what option to take? And I think it's a marble too. A marble is like a kid's toy, okay? And so I feel like there's an immaturity here. So a lot of you don't have to necessarily be kids, but there's an immaturity here. There's a you don't see the full picture I'm getting with the Three of Wands. Like, there's a lot that you need to go. There's some disheartening here. You're at odds with your authority figures, your mom and your dad. For some of you, it is your boss. Maybe for some of you, you're dissatisfied with your job prospects, your career, but it's like you aren't in a position to elevate. You need to focus on honing your skills, getting better at your skills, maturing. You need to mature so that you can move up, right? You can't move up before you're ready to move up. And that's just the facts. But how can Group 2 best decide what to do next? How can Group 2 best decide what to do next? Just one card. Transmutation. Yeah, okay. Transmutation. You need to, the best way to figure out what to do next is to transmute your energy, okay? I feel like a lot of you are in a pity party right now. You see how sad she is, or how, like, you know, her face is just very like, I feel like a lot of you are in a pity party about where you are. You're kind of down on yourself. You're kind of pouting. You're kind of sad, like, But it's like, in order for you to make the best decisions for yourself, you need to look at things differently. You need to channel your energy in a different way. So instead of looking at where you are and then feeling sad about yourself and then moping around and then kind of just being like, I can't do anything, instead look at it like, okay, I don't like where I am. I need more. I want more. So let me go do some research. Let me go and study. Let me go and figure out what other jobs are in my career field. Let me go and prepare, right? So it's like, use this energy of dissatisfaction to push yourself to get to a position where you can find satisfaction, right? Don't allow this energy of being dissatisfied have you kind of just like upset with yourself. Because when that happens, what people end up doing when they have a pity party, when they, you know, when they allow that energy to be used in that way, they inadvertently continue to give power to the people that are already over them, right? Well, I can't do anything anyway, so you decide. Like, I'm getting that type of energy. No, don't do that. Don't be like, fine, you decide, since I can't do anything. No, be like, okay, you're deciding now because I'm not ready, but let me go get ready. Let me learn. let me, and also look at the decisions that are being made for you and try to understand why those decisions are being made, right? Why do you have to do these things when you're in this position? That's also going to expand your mind so you can understand the who, what, when, where, and why. That's how you grow. So that's all I have for you today, group 2. I really hope that resonated. If it did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video or go live or etc. And I'll see y'all at the next reading. Bye. Hi. Welcome to group 3. You've chosen this red cross. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull your 3 options and then I'm gonna get into the reading. So if you want to skip that, you can go in the description box. There is a timestamp to get right to the reading. I hope I remember to do that. But yeah, with this cross, I feel like you guys, your problem is that you're stubborn, okay? You have a certain way of doing things in your mind. And it's like, even if that way isn't really bearing the results you want, it's like you kind of want to stick to your guns. You kind of want to it's just very stubborn. It's kind of like, maybe it has to do with how you're raised or what you, don't even start. It could be with how you're raised. It could be with like just certain beliefs you have about certain things. Like, this doesn't have to be religious either. I'm just picking up on the cross. It's like there could just be ways that you have been taught or indoctrinated or conditioned. There's certain beliefs you have and they're kind of like, they're restrictive in certain ways, but it's like there's a stubbornness here when it comes to like maybe adjusting. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's get into your options. My dog is mad because, like, look, I'm a busy woman, okay? So group 3, what's option 1 for group 3, Spirit? Option 1 for group 3. We got the Ace of Swords. Option 2 for group 3. Option 2. Option 2 for group 3. We have 3 of Cups. Okay. 5 of Cups. All right, I'm going to clarify these options. Clarify the Ace of Swords, please. Okay, we have the Strength. What is this? 8 of Cups. Queen of Cups. There's something here regarding expectations. We have Ace of Coins over here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let me get messages. Tyrant. Okay. Protection. Desire here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. So, first things first, I want to say that you are dealing with there's some guilt here, right? Or rather, there's some manipulation going on, I'm getting, where you're being made to feel guilty for what you want, and because of that, you feel restricted in what you can do in your own life, right? There's like restrictions regarding, sorry, I just wanted to fix this. There are restrictions regarding what you should want or how you should go about things, and it's like you feel guilty if you want to do something different. Okay. I'm going to get into the bottom deck energies last, but let's get into it. So option 1 for group 3 is to, first of all, speak up, right? But I feel like this is about source, right? Going to the source of the problem, or going to the source of what's holding you back, and like declaring your independence here with the Strength and then Tyrant, right? We have Tyrant as the message for group 1. So want to just say, like, there's something controlling your actions that really doesn't really need to be. It's unnecessary, it's unfounded, and it's too much, right? Yeah, power. It's like, I feel like for a lot of you, this is gonna be different. This could be a church, right? For some of you, this could have to do with religion. For some of you, it could just have to do with an imbalance, like a power dynamic that you have to deal with, where where it's like you just feel like you're not able to speak up or have control over your life, or I don't know. It seems like there's a dictator. There's something dictating your life in some way. And so your option one is to basically declare independence, pretty much. The strength here is about having that courage to speak up and be authentic, and trust that you'll be supported in whatever way that could be. That could be support from spirit, you know, that could be support from friends, family, just trusting that you will be supported if need be, right? If you just say, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what's going to make me happy, right? Even if you don't approve, okay? This is going to be pretty, I don't want to say short and sweet, but this is a lot simpler, I think, than the other groups as far as what your options are. So option two, we have the Three of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and then the message is suspicious link, okay? So this lets me know that your second option is to call out this structure completely, right? Don't just declare, hey, love you guys, but I'm going to do what I want to do, but like completely walk away from it. Call it out and be like, you know what y'all are doing and how y'all are thinking and how y'all are operating is actually detrimental. For some of you, whatever this is detrimental, right? It is toxic, okay? It is something that even if whoever or whatever seems like there's good intentions, in reality the outcome is very like harmful, okay? And so like your second option is to address the actual structure. With this Three of Cups, I'm thinking like a group of people. This could be a congregation. This, for some of you, this is religious. And this has to do with family. This has to do with community. Okay? With the Eight of Cups, it's also saying like walking away from it completely. This first option is not really walking away from the group. It's more so just saying, like I said, love you guys, but I'm going to control my life. I'm going to do what I want to do. You're not going to control me. The second option is saying, actually, y'all are toxic. How you think is toxic. I'm not happy. I'm in pain. I'm not getting things I need. I'm also getting malnourishment. This could be spiritual, physical, mental, and like walking away from it, calling it out, walking away from it. Suspicious link, putting it in their face and just being like, you're toxic. You're toxic. Right? That's what I'm getting here for option two. Option three. So we have the King of Cups, clarified by the Queen of Cups, and then protection. Your third option is to ask for help, okay? Your third option is to ask for help. But this Queen of Cups here, this is about kind of overexerting yourself. You could be a water sign, or you could just be somebody very empathic. You could be somebody who has a problem with people pleasing or doing too much to help others and not really helping yourself. You could be very self-sacrificial, right? You'll throw yourself in front of the bullet. You'll throw yourself under the bus for another person, and it may be really hard for you to be that person that can speak up and say, actually, I'm going to do this, or be that person that calls out the group. It might be hard. And so your third option, if you feel like these options are a little tough, is to find somebody who can stand in your corner and support you, or somebody who can speak up for you. Also, somebody who can help you with this King of Cups, finding somebody who can help you navigate. I'm getting with the King of Cups. Navigate these different routes, right? What to say, how to go about saying the things you need to say, or you know what I'm saying? Somebody who, I'm also getting somebody older, somebody wiser, a mentor, right? This is about asking for help. This could be also a parental figure, asking help from parents, even a teacher, okay? Protection. Somebody who is like-minded in a way, or somebody who understands you, somebody who's open-minded, right? Who doesn't have a hard time looking at all the options around them. This is somebody well-rounded, well-traveled, well-read, right? This person isn't narrow-minded as far as like the perspectives that they can look through. And so your third option is to seek help regarding whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever this is pertaining to, okay? I do feel like this has a lot to do with expectations for you, group 3, where you're in this place where with the Ace of Coins, there is a structure in place that you're meant to follow. The Emperor is underneath here. What's underneath here? Ace of Swords, again, right? This is somebody who is hard. It's hard to speak up to this person. It's hard to speak up to this structure, right? To deviate from it, okay? I'm getting that it's almost like you can be punished or ostracized if you have a different opinion, or if you don't want to follow the status quo. There is a tyrant in your life right now who, there's a fear. I'm getting so much fear, right? Regarding doing something different or out of the norm, or just doing something that's like frowned upon in this, within this structure with this Ace of Coins. And I feel like it's about you desiring to operate within a different structure, a different institution even. This is interesting. There's something you want to do, or there's something somewhere you want to go, and it's like the structure of this is so limiting, right? Some of you, this has to do with family for sure. Maybe some of you are pregnant, right? Maybe some of you are pregnant, and now you're in this position where this structure is not going to benefit you, and you need to do something about it. There's somebody here who, maybe you're not pregnant. That just came out, so that's very specific for somebody, that they're pregnant. And there's something about this structure that they feel they would be demonized, or they feel like they would be ostracized, okay? But if that's not you, I'm just getting overall, there's something about this structure. It's disappointing. It's not, you're not satisfied here. It doesn't give you what you want, okay? And then we have at the bottom of the deck over here, we have the Five of Cups, right? This is about accepting what hasn't worked, but also looking up and looking at what is working, or what can be done, right? Yes, this failed. Yes, this didn't work out, but let's be a bit more optimistic, right? Being optimistic about what your options are now. It's like, I feel like you're at this point where you're realizing that your desires are just not met. Your desires have been either ignored or deprived in some way. My bad. There's something here regarding like Five of Cups. It's like I'm just hearing this is not going to work, right? And at the bottom of the deck over here, we have desire. Ooh, shoot. Underneath desire, we have another life and then start over. And then it's over. It's like you don't want to be here anymore. You don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to do things like this, right? Whatever this is, it's not working for you. And so it's like you're trying to figure out, what are my options to get out of this? What are my options to have more freedom? Okay. Wow, this is so much shorter than the other groups, but it's because it's so much more straightforward. You're in this structure, it's not working, and that's where I feel like I got the stubbornness from, because there's fear regarding how you're going to be seen or how you're going to be perceived if you challenge this structure. Okay, let's get some advice for how can you decide the best option for you? How can you decide the best option for you? How can group 3 determine the best option? How can group 3 determine the best option? Entrapment. And then we have complication here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I'm hearing a couple things. One, the best option for you is going to yield the most freedom, okay? Because you feel trapped, period, point blank. And so your objective is to no longer feel trapped, to no longer have to answer to somebody else and have to live up to somebody else's expectations and do things how they think you should do it. Okay, so that's how you're gonna know the best option for you. Which one is gonna get you to this place where you're no longer feeling trapped? Now, this complication here at the bottom of the deck lets me know that you are conflict avoidant. You don't like conflict. You would prefer an option that is going to create the least amount of drama or the least amount of complications. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I feel like, honestly, with all three of these options, it's going to be different for everybody which one is going to be the least complicated and give them the most freedom. Okay, so it's really going to be up to you, but that's what the advice is on how to determine the best option. I really hope this resonated for group 3. If it did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to know when I go live or when I post a new video, etc., etc. And yeah, I'll catch y'all at the next video. Bye.